Mark Zuckerberg was not like other kids. He grew up in Dobbs Ferry, New York. It was a quiet suburban town, but inside the Zuckerberg home, a revolution was brewing. His father, a dentist, bought an early home computer. It was a Quantex 486DX. Mark was immediately fascinated. He saw more than just a machine for games or homework. He saw a gateway to a new world, a world he could build himself. He spent countless hours teaching himself to code. He read books, he experimented, he failed, and he tried again. His parents recognized his unique talent. They hired a private computer tutor for him. The tutor, David Newman, quickly realized something extraordinary. Harvard University in the early 2000s was a hub of ambition. It was a place filled with some of the brightest young minds in the world. Mark Zuckerberg arrived on this historic campus in the fall of 2002. Before Facebook, there was FaceMash. It was a controversial but revealing project. In one long night of coding, Mark hacked into Harvard's online student directories. The site went viral. It was so popular that it overwhelmed and crashed Harvard's servers within hours. The university administration was not pleased. Mark faced disciplinary action. Among them were Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss and their partner Divya Narendra. They approached him and asked him to join their project as the lead programmer. Mark agreed to help. He decided to pause his work for the Winklevosses. He poured all his energy into his own secret project. In his dorm room, fueled by pizza and a relentless drive, he started building the platform that would soon be known as the Facebook. The Facebook.com launched on February 4, 2004. It was exclusively for Harvard students. The news spread like wildfire across the campus. Within the first 24 hours, over 1,000 students had signed up. The platform was simple, clean, and intuitive. What made the Facebook so different? It was built on the principle of real identity. Users had to sign up with their harvard.edu email address. It wasn't an anonymous chat room, it was a community of real people. The initial team was small but dedicated. Mark's roommates, Dustin Moskovitz and Chris Hughes, quickly joined the project. Later, another friend, Eduardo Saverin, came on board to handle the business side. They quickly planned for expansion. They opened the Facebook to students at other elite universities. Stanford, Columbia, and Yale were next. He made a decision that would change the course of his life. He decided not to return to Harvard for his sophomore year. He and his team packed their bags and moved to Palo Alto, California. It was the heart of Silicon Valley, the epicenter of the tech world. The move signaled a new chapter. The Facebook was no longer a college project, it was on its way to becoming a global phenomenon. The move to Palo Alto was exhilarating. The small team was living the Silicon Valley dream. They were working day and night to improve the site and manage its explosive growth. But a dark cloud was gathering on the horizon. Back at Harvard, the Winklevoss twins and Divya Narendra were furious. They felt betrayed. In September 2004, they filed a lawsuit against Mark Zuckerberg. The lawsuit alleged that he had breached an oral contract with them. It claimed he had misappropriated their trade secrets and committed fraud. For Mark, it was a defining challenge. He was no longer just a programmer in a dorm room. The legal battle dragged on for years. It was a complex and often bitter dispute. The story became a media sensation, immortalized in books and movies. Ultimately, the case was settled. In 2008, the parties reached an agreement. The Winklevosses and Narendra received a settlement valued at $65 million. While the settlement was substantial, it allowed Facebook to move forward. Mark could finally put the legal battle behind him. He had weathered the storm. He had protected his company. He was now free to focus entirely on his mission, connecting the entire world. With the lawsuit settled, Facebook was free to accelerate its global expansion. The company was growing at an incredible rate. But Mark Zuckerberg understood a crucial truth about the internet. He knew that technology and user behavior change rapidly. He saw the rise of mobile devices as the next great frontier. People were starting to use their smartphones for everything. This led to a new and aggressive strategy: acquisition. If Facebook couldn't build the best new thing internally, it would buy it. Mark wasn't just looking for competitors to eliminate, he was looking for innovative products with talented teams. He recognized that different apps serve different social needs. Facebook was for connecting with friends and family. The first major acquisition sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley. In 2012, Facebook bought Instagram. It was a photo-sharing app with a small team and no revenue, but it had 30 million passionate users. The price tag was a stunning $1 billion. Many people thought Mark was crazy. This strategy continued with two more game-changing acquisitions. In 2014, Facebook purchased WhatsApp for an astonishing $19 billion. It was a simple, secure messaging app that was wildly popular around the world. It was replacing expensive SMS texts. Later that same year, he bought Oculus VR for $2 billion. Oculus was a pioneer in virtual reality technology. This purchase puzzled people even more than the Instagram deal. Facebook was a social media company. What did it want with virtual reality headsets? It was a clear signal of Mark's long-term vision. He wasn't just thinking about the next quarter, he was thinking about the next decade. He was betting on the future of communication itself. The acquisition of Instagram in April 2012 stands as one of the most brilliant strategic moves in modern business history. At the time, Facebook was preparing for its massive initial public offering, and the company was under intense scrutiny from Wall Street. Spending $1 billion on a tiny startup with only 13 employees seemed reckless to many financial analysts. However, Mark saw what the critics missed. He wasn't just looking at spreadsheets and profit margins. He was observing human behavior. Instagram had created a simple, elegant platform dedicated to this new form of storytelling. Its filters made everyday photos look artistic and beautiful. Mark understood that Instagram wasn't a threat to Facebook's core service, it was a perfect complement. The key to the deal's success was Mark's promise to Instagram's co-founders, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger. He pledged to give them autonomy. He allowed Instagram to operate as an independent company within Facebook. It could leverage Facebook's vast resources, its infrastructure, and its engineering talent, but it would maintain its own distinct brand, culture, and product roadmap. This hands-off approach paid off spectacularly. With Facebook's backing, Instagram's growth exploded. It introduced new features like Stories, a direct challenge to Snapchat, and Reels, a response to the rise of TikTok. It became a cultural powerhouse and a massive engine of revenue for Facebook, generating billions of dollars in advertising income. The $1 billion gamble that once seemed insane now looks like one of the greatest bargains in corporate history. It secured Facebook's dominance in the mobile era and proved that Mark Zuckerberg's vision extended far beyond the original Blue app. By 2021, Facebook was one of the most powerful and valuable companies on Earth. Its family of apps, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, was used by billions of people every single day. It was honestly a global empire of communication. But Mark Zuckerberg was not satisfied. He was looking ahead, beyond the flat screens of smartphones and laptops. He was also facing a growing storm of public criticism. The company was embroiled in controversies over data privacy, misinformation, and its impact on society. The brand Facebook had become associated with these problems. Mark knew that a fundamental change was needed not just for the brand, but for the company's entire direction. On October 28, 2021, Mark made a stunning announcement. He declared that Facebook, the parent company, was changing its name. The new name was Meta. This was far more than a simple rebranding exercise. It was a public declaration of a radical new mission. The company's future, he explained, would not be in social media as we knew it. It would be in building the metaverse. What is the metaverse? In Mark's vision, it is not just a single product or a game. It is the successor to the mobile internet. It is a persistent, interconnected set of digital spaces. You can move between them seamlessly. You can experience them with a sense of presence as if you are actually there with other people. It would be accessed through new kinds of hardware like virtual reality and augmented reality glasses. In the metaverse, you could work, learn, play, shop, and socialize in ways that are simply not possible on a two-dimensional screen. This pivot was met with a mix of excitement and deep skepticism. Some saw it as a visionary leap into the future of human interaction, the next logical step in connecting the world. The financial commitment was immense. Meta announced it would be spending tens of billions of dollars a year to build this future. It was a massive gamble, perhaps the biggest of Mark Zuckerberg's career. He was betting the entire company on a vision that might not become a reality for another decade. The transition to Meta was not just a name change, it was a complete reorientation of the company's resources and identity. Mark Zuckerberg directed his teams to begin the monumental task of building the foundational technologies for the metaverse. This included creating more advanced virtual reality headsets through the Reality Labs division. The goal was to make devices that were lighter, more comfortable, and more powerful. Meta began to heavily promote Horizon Worlds. It is a social virtual reality platform where users can create their own environments and games. It is an early experimental version of what a metaverse could be, It allows people to interact as avatars, to hang out with friends, attend virtual events, and explore user-generated content. The graphics are still cartoonish, and the experience can be clumsy, but it represents a crucial first step. Beyond gaming and social hangouts, Mark's vision for the metaverse is deeply integrated with the future of work. He believes that remote work is here to stay. He envisions a future where colleagues can meet in a virtual conference room. They can collaborate on a three-dimensional whiteboard as if they were in the same physical space, regardless of where they are in the world. Meta is investing heavily in professional applications for its Quest headsets. It is creating partnerships to build a virtual economy where people can create, sell, and buy digital goods and services. Of course, the road to the metaverse is long and filled with immense challenges. There are technological hurdles to overcome, such as creating photorealistic avatars and solving motion sickness in virtual reality. There are also profound social and ethical questions. How will Meta ensure safety and prevent harassment in these immersive worlds? How will it handle data privacy when the technology can track your eye movements and body language? Building the metaverse is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, immense capital, and an unwavering belief in a future that still seems like science fiction to many. Mark Zuckerberg is betting his legacy on his ability to make that future a reality. Mark Zuckerberg's journey from a Harvard dorm room to the helm of a global technology giant is one of the defining stories of our time. His impact on the world is undeniable and profound. He fundamentally changed the way humanity communicates. Before Facebook, the idea of sharing your daily life, your photos, and your personal thoughts with hundreds of friends online was a foreign concept. He created a platform that reconnected old friends, sustained long-distance relationships, and allowed families to share moments from across the globe. His influence extends far beyond social media. He reshaped the media landscape, transformed the advertising industry, and created entirely new careers. His acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp proved his strategic genius, ensuring his company's dominance across multiple platforms and demographics. However, this legacy is not without its shadows. The very tools that connect us have also been used to divide us. The Cambridge Analytica scandal revealed major lapses in data privacy, shaking public trust in the company. Navigating these complex ethical challenges has become a central part of his role. His legacy will be judged not only by the connections he enabled, but also by how his company addresses the unintended and often harmful consequences of its creations. For young dreamers and aspiring entrepreneurs, Mark Zuckerberg's story offers a powerful lesson. It is a testament to the power of a single, focused idea. It shows that with technical skill, relentless determination, and a bold vision, it is possible to build something that changes the world. His journey from coder to CEO through legal battles and public controversies highlights the resilience required to succeed at the highest level. His latest pivot to the metaverse demonstrates that even after achieving unimaginable success, he remains driven by a desire to build the future. Mark Zuckerberg's story is a reminder that the next great technological revolution might just start with a simple idea in a dorm room. From dorm room to meta empire, his journey continues, always building, always connecting, always reaching toward the next frontier of human communication.